Hey everyone, and welcome to Simon Says Let's Wrestle. And today I actually wanted to go over a couple different things. There's been some traction in the news, but it seems like it's not really getting covered, so I wanted to get it out there myself. First off is Triple H was asked about All Elite Wrestling, and he gave a quote, and I'm going to read that quote to you. It's clearly something that we'll keep an eye on, and clearly something that they're out there doing their business. But we'll do what is right for our business. We'll continue to monitor everything, and we say it all the time, but it's just not a competitor like that. We compete against everything. When you're a content provider, you can compete against everything, including sleep and everything else. To me, this is super interesting, is because as wrestling fans, we always want to know what Vince McMahon thinks about certain things, and I feel like with Triple H giving his opinion, I feel like that's probably what Vince McMahon thinks, because Triple H has been under Vince McMahon for many years. And they probably have the same ideas and the same thought process, but Vince McMahon's not going to say anything about that. Also, what's interesting is on Chris Jericho's podcast that him and Vince had a conversation about Chris Jericho signing with AEW, but Chris Jericho decided to keep that conversation private between each other. So I think this would probably be a really good insight exactly what Vince thought about All Elite Wrestling. It's also interesting too that that Triple H is not considering WWE a wrestling company. He doesn't really even consider All Elite like a competition, because he's wanting think about competing with everything else. So it's kind of interesting to get inside view of how they see WWE. I mean, it is called World Wrestling Entertainment, but it really does seem like that they don't think themselves as a wrestling company anymore. It's an entertainment company, and All Elite Wrestling is just another little thing and not really competition. Just wanted to give my opinion on that. I thought that was real interesting, kind of because to me that's almost like getting Vince McMahon's opinion, and just real interesting to me. The next thing we're talking about is Lars Sullivan. Triple H also responded, basically saying, that he's in the good place right now. When he comes out, he'll be ready. There's a lot of speculation online of what's going on. This is a really interesting story, because first off, since there's social media and YouTube and everything, it's crazy just how fast this has spread of like why he didn't show up. I know I heard speculation there was some anxiety in there, but he was in a championship match at NXT. I mean, I get Raw and SmackDown are a bigger deal, but it's just crazy how this is all kind of involved. But what is great, it sounds like WWE is really supporting Lars Sullivan and want him to do the right thing. I heard a storyline that Lars was going to injure Cena, and that was going to be his match at WrestleMania, which would be that would be a huge deal for Lars. I mean, getting to face Cena for his first time program, that'd been huge. But I'll kind of keep this video short. Yeah, just those two things I wanted to bring up. I'm not seeing a lot of coverage, so just give my opinion about that. With Triple H talking about All Elite, which I really feel like we could see what Vince really thinks about All Elite, and with Lars, what's kind of going on with there. Like I said, I think that he's probably in a good place right now. It's just maybe he just had an anxiety attack and just freaked out a little bit. But I'm going there, guys. Remember, guys, Simon says to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. Thanks, guys, and have a good one.